Hi, my name is Vincent Tirri, and today I'm going to present to you Brian King, the drummer from the band Reality Suite. And he's going to be talking about how his music and career have ultimately shaped his life.
I started drumming when I was 5. That's all I wanted to do, quite honestly. Yeah, I got the bug. My older cousins, they introduced me to Kiss, and we were a cat family, and the drummer is the cat man. We wore the cat makeup. So I guess that's why, as a 5-year-old, I decided I wanted to play drums. Throughout my life, I've gone through different musical phases, and I've been in so many different bands that I think whatever music I'm playing at that moment is the phase I'm in. So pretty much they've all had a similar sound, but depending on the era or whatever music I'm passionate about at that moment, that'll take on with the project that I'm in.
No musician or composer can just sit down and know what to write. Almost every single one has had some type of influence through other artists or something else in their life that is prominent throughout their musical career. We decided to ask Brian what his was and how it's been so impactful.
It started with Kiss. Eventually, through friends, I discovered Rush, Metallica. Another friend introduced me to the Beatles. Those were like, as a kid, the bands that kind of shaped me. And then as I would, go through music and stuff, I'd, of course, like discover other bands. So then I kind of, I don't want to say I went with the times, but there's the core group of bands that I loved when I was a kid, and then I'm always listening to new stuff because I like to know what's going on. And
As you may know, even from some of your favorite personal bands, people come and go. Today, we asked about the story behind the origins of Reality Suite and how the group has changed over time.
my guitar player Joe, him and I have known each other since high school. Our former bass player, he left the band last year. Everybody else kind of came in here and there. So we went through about 3 or 4 singers before we now have Kimmy, who is our lead singer. And she's been in the band for about 11 years now, I think, or 12 years. When we had our first singer, we recorded 3 songs. So we had our first 3 songs. By the time that we had Kimmy, our latest singer, we had like 7 or 8 songs that other people had sung on that we were gonna take to the next level with her singing on. What has followed me throughout my career would be melody. I mean, not to say that every song we have is great. Not to say every song we have is the best written or anything like that. But we strive, we try our hardest. Sometimes a couple years, a song that we wrote 3 years ago is just being released next month. You could say one of our biggest gigs, opening for Nickelback, but that is definitely something I'm still proud of, something I'm still excited about. I'll never forget the feeling of driving down that road, knowing that Nickelback is in that room and we're going to be sound checking with them. But that was just a gig. I would say for us, I think it's longevity. We're friends, and that is what keeps us strong as a band.
As you can tell, great things are going on for this band, so we wanted to know what the future will hold.
We're kind of at a point where we just love writing music. We're still passionate about writing music and releasing new music. So in the near future, we're finishing up a new batch of songs. So we have a batch of songs that we've already written, recorded, and that are done. We're doing videos for those as we record new songs. And I'm hoping by the end of the year, maybe early next year at this point, we'll compile all those songs into a full-length album.
It's important for an artist to be connected to their fan base, so we asked how people could find them if they're new or want to return.
Your best bet is to go to either our Instagram page at Reality Suite, that's SUITE, Facebook, realitysuite.com, but you can stream us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, Apple, Amazon, everything. YouTube, we're all over the place.
So, even since he was 5, he's been striving for this passion of drumming and hasn't stopped. You can tell that he, along with his bandmates, are going far and are happy. Thank you, everybody. My name is Vincent Tirri, and this was Brian King with Reality Suite.